Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy JohnMegacycle here. Another episode of Command & Conquer General 0 Hour coming at you. This is the first video in the 2024 AI Generals Tournament Bot Battle. Damn it, I had a better name for this. It doesn't matter. I've already done the intro video, which you saw, hopefully. It was a brief breakdown of what we're expecting with the map, the format for the tournament. Shout out to cncHD, who created the map by hand, artisan crafted, from farm to table to map. I don't know how cartography works. It doesn't matter. So we're going to just set up a game. And let's see here. That can be my name. I don't care. I think the way this is going to go... Oh. I think the way this has to go is... Yeah. My full name doesn't go in there, does it? Megacycle. Megacycle sounds like I'm royalty or something. Chic? Mega chic. Oh, it's a new fashion sense. Dressing all mega chic? Chic. Yeah, I am. Okay, so for a multiplayer game, this is how this is going to have to go with the map. The way this is going to operate is I'll put myself in the very center spot right here. I'm going to kill myself by surrendering. And then the other two are just going to have that. Now, there's scripting for everything. I don't read the script. I have no idea. All this is a surprise. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little bit of a look at the map without even, like, getting into the game. So there's... I see 2 supply stashes for each team. That's what the $sign is. Or it's money or it's crates. But it's harvestable income. The stars are all of the capturable civilian structures. Now, what's a civilian structure? An oil derrick, which will provide $1,000 if you're the first to capture, and $200 every, I think it's like 15 seconds or something. I never got the math on that. There's the garage that heals all your stuff, unless I'm thinking of Red Alert 3, which I could be. There's the oil refinery. It looks like a refinery. Reduces the cost. There's also of vehicles. There's the reinforcement pad, which just drops a random... Or it's not random, but it's a vehicle to your faction. If you chose the Air Force General, you won't get tanks, I don't think. It's whatever the baseline vehicle is for your team. So, let's go through who's fighting first. The last time we did this tournament, we did Stealth... No, we did Toxin versus Demo. So I'm going to mix this up. We're going to go Stealth versus Toxin this time. There's no teams, there's nothing. Again, I don't know any of the script, I don't know what's going on. The only thing I need to do is I need to put myself here. I'm going to jump in, I'm going to quit. That gives me observer status, and we go from there. This is a best of 3. This is a best of 3, and we're going to change the positions, the starting positions. So I'm actually going to set where they are. We reverse the positions to try to keep it fair. If one side of the map is winning too often, that's an interesting point to note as well. But I got nothing else. Let's just get right to it, right? So, multiplayer, because if we did this solo in a skirmish, I would just get kicked out, and that would be that. So, sell. I have no structures. That ends my stuff. Oh, damn! The old ME logo. Oh, I like that very much. You are defeated. Yep. So, Stealth General at the bottom. Whoa. Moving right away. 2 supply pads? Holy crap. This is much faster than regular stuff. When they said it was a custom AI, I was like, yeah, it's probably got some tweaks or whatever. There's oils, there's supply, there's 2 reinforcement pads in the middle. There's some... Oh, they're selling their command center? What? Are you going to do the same thing? Oh, that's nuts. Okay, what's the strat here? Some defenses? Okay. Vehicle, yep. Yeah. You did sell yours. Holy crap. This is very fast. There's a lot of things that really catch up when it comes to vanilla AI in Command & Conquer General 0 Hours. If you take down their command center, they're kind of screwed. I'm not going to pretty it up with language. Like, they just don't know what to do, so they never rebuild it. So you can rob them of all their command abilities. Yeah, it looks like I see soldiers right next to that up there, ready to capture. This is moving very, very quickly. 7 workers is the ideal ratio for your supply to get back and forth here. Things are looking good. You got a little gutsy advance over here. Oh, quick retreat. Okay, maybe a little scouting? Maybe a little scouting? Not too sure. Okay. How do I switch this off? Oh man, I want to check on the other guy and I can't see it. Oh, is it right? Oh, I can't click it. I see it on the recording, but I can't see it on the thing. Ah, boo. Alright, we'll have to figure that out. Anyway, capturing that. Loading in. This is a very common GLA strat. Getting a technical and filling it full of demolition troops. And this is a really great way to shut down an enemy's vehicle production or supply or something. Whatever you want. If you can get a sneaky in there, you can do pretty well. That's moving really nice. Starting to build up an actual army there. And oh, it looks like a very similar strat was going to be done here. And we just saw also... Hilarious. Rebuilding it? Interesting. So they don't... The AI doesn't recognize that it's still existing as a GLA whole. They're now just rebuilding a new one, which is at least cool that they're doing that. Toxin General moving in a little bit here in force. They're not quite concentrating on what they should, but it gets worked out eventually. Not seeing a lot of other capturables going on. The Stealth General did not capture this oil. It looks like they put a lot of their harumph into that initial attack. And it actually feels like the Toxin General is going to be able to walk away with this one, assuming they keep their pacing okay. Now, what do I mean by pacing? If they just rush into the Stealth General's defenses and just lose their attack, they might lose some of the edge. I'm not seeing anyone tech up, which is fine. But it's interesting if we would see an AI do a lot of teching and turtling, so to speak. Yep, and that's exactly what I was talking about. I didn't want the Toxin General to lose their edge, which they have. Looks like they're getting their capture game on, though, which means a lot more money for them. It's really unfortunate I can't click the button that would close out the selection, but that's okay. Okay, Stealth General getting on their capture of the oil refinery. I think it's just called a refinery, isn't it? It's called an oil refinery. Capture to reduce the cost of vehicles. Yep, it's incredibly important. If vehicles are going to be your jam, think of the Chinese Tank General, where 90% of your attack is usually... Oh, they just got run over! Oh, and they're stealth too. Like, imagine the quad cannon be just like ka-tunk, ka-tunk. Oh, did I hit something? Oh, I got a promotion. That's weird. It is weird. Alright, so what we're seeing is a lot of little attacks. A lot of little attacks coming in and out. The Toxin General monopolizing on this oil. Seeing the Stealth General move a little bit more on the left, it's good to see a little bit more of a stretch. So we're seeing a fairly even tit-for-tat right now. A very even fight. Because they both sold their command centers, they don't have any of their general's powers. For both of these factions, the general powers can be incredibly important, not only for the tunnel sneak attack, or the GPS scrambler, but also the cash bounty. Every kill you make, you get a cut of the proceeds. A cut of the proceeds goes to your local radio station. Nationally funded. Yeah. That's another barracks. What do we got going on here? Another barracks. Okay. Not a lot of teching up, and that's fine. Oh, Toxin General's doing a pretty good job keeping control of the oils. And the second I say that... Okay, well, he's stealth. And now he's dead. Capping a reinforcement pad. This reinforcement pad, I think, will drop scorpions. Scorpions, in the phrase of the GLA commander, is the light tank of the GLA. Or in the word of the scorpion tank. Scorpion tanks can be nasty, especially with the rocket upgrade. I'm not seeing any real upgrades going on here. Bunch of quad cannons, that makes sense for the Stealth General. Some demolition boys that are going to get mowed down almost instantaneously. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So a lot of, again, a lot of tit for tat going on. Still very improved. Oh, hey, our first black market. Black markets are really important. They generate 20 monies every... I don't know the time on that either. But it's late game economy, right? It's a way we can get infinite resources over time. Toxin General still trying to make a push for these oils. That's incredibly smart. Are you both going to capture it at the same time? Ah. I keep forgetting they raise the same flag. The flag doesn't change color or anything. The GLA flag is a GLA flag regardless. Stealth General looks like making a bit better of a push here. JohnMegacycle on the field. That could greatly change how this battle maps out. A single JohnMegacycle, absolutely. JohnMegacycle must have already used his snipe. Doesn't seem super interested, and doesn't seem super interested in being alive either. Oof. Okay, what do we got for Toxin? I'm kind of imagining more black markets. 2 more black markets. All right. Much more resilient AI. Oh, they get a Toxin Tractor. You know what? That makes more sense. Yep, that makes way more sense. A Toxin Tractor, yeah. Unfortunately, incredibly light armor. But we'll do against 1 or 2 quads. Yeah, after that, it's toast. Stealth General working its way, capping everything out. Now, a couple things I want to bring up about the AI so far. First of all, the late game economy doesn't really push hard at all in normal vanilla AI. And by vanilla AI, I mean you load up a game of Command & Conquer General 0 hour, you go to skirmish, you play a skirmish. The AI is not this smart. So the late game economy, I'm seeing 3 black markets. Normally 1 black market, but 3 black markets, that shows a much higher level of competency in the late game economy. Stealth General has not done anything. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also not necessarily a good thing. Blue has also shown, or I should just call it out, the AI just in general. The AI has shown a much better competency in capturing the buildings. Normally, if you capture a building, or anyone else captures a building as a player, like an oil derrick, the only thing the AI will ever do is destroy it. They won't recapture it. They won't try to proactively take it. They'll just smash it. Hulk smash. That's all they know how to do. Now, these units are incapable of capturing, so they're just attacking. But I don't think I've ever seen an AI willingly recapture anything back. Yep, that's just gonna shred. Be careful, dude. Stop firing. You just gotta know when to stop firing and stop moving so he regains his stealth. But the second you get lock on, it's real dangerous. That's a 4th black market. That's a 2nd vehicle facility? Interesting. I didn't think they'd have the economy to keep 2 running at all times, but that's alright. Toxin Tractor for them. Stealth General will definitely get a quad cannon. No objections there. So far, the way I would see this as a very strong improvement to how regular AI functions in this game. Absolutely. And a lot of these things aren't super... It's not like they're pushing a single strat and it's like, well, that's all I can do. I'm dead now. There's still plenty of resiliency going on here. At this stage, currently, from an economic perspective, I see the Toxin General taking this away. Now, the second I say that, Stealth General's got 2 black markets as well. Again, that's passive income. It's what I call late game economy. You can't just rush a black market. By the time you do, if that was the first thing you were beelining to at the beginning, you get your butt spanked immediately by any competent AI or human. They just rush you and be like, hey, where's your defenses? Oh, I don't have any, but I got 2 supply drops. It doesn't help, right? That's why I always say it's like a late game economy. Like, how far are we into this already? 11 minutes? 11 minutes into the match? Yeah. You can't run over heroes. Unfortunately for them, the tunnel network was able to detect JohnMegacycle. That called him out, and he got. Neat to see some defenses smattered about. We have a couple over here for the Stealth General as well. All of the Stealth General's defenses come with camo netting for free, so they come cloaked. And if anyone has ever played a game against them, you know it's a massive pain for the inexperienced player to hunt down and find those things. And like I said, here it is again. This is a unit capturing an oil derrick. Super good. Like, no joke, that's super, super good. As opposed to just smashing it, yeah. Yeah, some really good scripting in here that I'm picking up on. Is scripting the right word? Coding? I don't know what the right word is. Small traffic jam here. Oh, okay, there we go. The initial money spots are being tapped out. So that means we're having to rely on that late game economy, which doesn't seem to be a problem. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 black markets there, and what was it, 4 here? 1, 2, 3. 3, alright. Another thing that's really important and different about the AI that I'm noticing is the lack of turtling around supply piles. Now, what do I mean by that? Another thing that you might observe if you've ever played this game in a normal skirmish style against an AI, what they will do is they will build a frickin'... what's a good fortress name? They'll build the final city of defenses around their supply pickups and their supply zones. What that really means is it's incredibly wasteful for a lot of reasons. We got a little lull in the combat. I'll just demonstrate here. Like, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tunnels or stinger sites or whatever. It'd be just a ton of crap. It's wasteful for 2 reasons. One, it's a big economic sink that doesn't do enough. The same reason why turtling in general is usually frowned upon, because you're forfeiting a lot of map control. And when you forfeit a lot of map control, you're just saying to your opponent, hey, you can have these resources, I don't want them, which is bad play. So it's not economically viable. The second thing is, for every player that's not GLA, China and the USA, for example, it costs power to build defenses generally. The Patriot sites and the Gatling towers. That means for all the defenses you've got spun up down here, you also need power infrastructure to back it up, which means more money, a larger economic sink. It's just a ton of cost that's not combat effective. It's also not mobile. It can't do it. You can't undeploy your turrets and move them. You just can't. Now, in a game like, let's take for example StarCraft, right? Let's take the siege tank, right? What was it? In StarCraft 1, it was the Arclight siege tank, or the Arclight cannon, and in the second one, it's the Curcio cannon. I don't remember. But the idea is that is some solid defense that you can build up in Turtle and deploy around your minerals, or your Vespene gas, or your expansion bases, or whatever. And the second you're ready to attack, undeploy those suckers and move them in, right? So it's not nearly as much of a waste. But here we have a little bit more of a... oh, we got a solid push going on here. It's a little bit more of a danger because none of the defenses are mobile in this game. Got a lot of tit-for-tat still going on, yeah. I wonder how many Jarmans have died so far. Like, if I... just get a Jarman counter in the bottom right. I haven't been paying attention enough. JohnMegacycle has died 17 times so far. So it's really important that this AI doesn't do that sort of a thing, like I mentioned. I'm not seeing a palace. And because I'm not seeing a palace, I'm not seeing a Scud Storm. Palace is required for Scud Storm. I also thought a palace was needed for... Black Mark... oh, there it is. There's our palace. Okay. And do you have one similarly on the side somewhere all sneaky cheeky? You do. Okay, cool. There it is. So, we do have all the technology here required for a Scud Storm. That is doable. That is a thing that can happen. just a quad cannon graveyard here. Alright, let's take a quick look at control. We've got, for resources, the Stealth General's working pretty good on that side. Toxin General also ramping up pretty well there. They are picking up resources and running them all the way back here, which is funny. That's very inefficient. Do you have shoes? You do have shoes. Okay, that's at least not too bad then. What we really need to see now is a Death Ball. And I don't know if Death Ball... No, it's probably used in these kinds of RTSs. I've heard it most commonly used in Stellaris, or Crusader Kings, or Oi, or whatever, like grand strategy games where I've heard it more commonly. A Death Ball is effectively, you just ball all your troops together, and you throw them. And that's how that works. That's exactly how that works. Scudstorm! That's about to get got. Oh, this is going to be a massive waste of money. You're not going to? You are going to? You're not going to? You aggroed on something else. Who's building this thing? Anybody? Bueller? Okay, cool. Somebody build it. Marauder tanks. I have not seen those in a very long time. Marauders are the best you're going to be able to get for a heavy tank for the GLA. With the upgrades, they come with like dual cannons. As a Toxin General, they're really freaking dope. Okay, rebuilding the command center. Now the command center area has been blocked by all these extra buildings. So one of these AI went for the Scudstorm, one of them went for the command center. I'm not too sure which one I would choose. The command center is going to really help. I'm very confident these are both 5-star generals at this point, right? And another kill bites of dust. Nope. It went invisible for a fraction of a second, and that was enough time. That was just enough time. So the winner of the last tournament, I believe, was the Toxin General. Tank General put up a very clean fight. I mean, we're dropping chemicals and carpet bombs and nuclear weapons. Clean fight. Clean fight is quotes. Clean fight. Does not really apply as much as much. Now, that was a really good fight. I doubt that's going to seal the deal. Again, just running right in. Ugh.
Warning. A Scudstorm has been
Okay, Scudstorm got built. Command Center is built. Actually, looks like Toxin might have this. They've got well overwhelming force and checking on both sides. They're getting enough resources and defenses. Yeah, they've got it. A third vehicle factory. Interesting. One of the things as a cautionary tale is be careful how many production facilities you build. Barracks, war factory, airport, like whatever. Don't build 3 airports if you can't maintain what you need to keep them producing all the time, right? If you're going to go Comanche... No. Are they Apaches in this game? I think they're Comanches. If you're going to go like a Comanche rush for the United States, don't build 4 airports or 3 airports if you only have enough money to support one of them building all the time. Oh yeah, this is an absolute rinse at this juncture. And a Scudstorm in 4 minutes. Yep. Very good work with the Toxin General. I think the Toxin General played this a little smarter. It was more black markets earlier to take over the long run. They captured all the oils they could, or more oils than the Stealth General, that's for sure. They also captured the oil refinery earlier. What other observations? What happened to that rocket? It changed its mind halfway during the attack. It's like, oh, no, 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 I meant something else, I meant something else. Okay, good stuff. This is all cleanup, no problem. Yep. Very good work on the Toxin General. The Toxin General, in my opinion, seems like a very good generic choice if you don't know what you want to play. Like, you're going to fight somebody. What are you going to play as? Well, I want to play as GLA, but I don't know which one. You know what? Just go Toxin. Kind of the same thing, I feel, with... when it comes down to it, the Laser General, and I know I've got some probably conflict on those feelings. It depends on the time of day you ask me or whatever. But, like, generally, the Laser General isn't a terrible choice. So I'll be like, you know what are we doing? AOD? I'll just Laser General. Fine. No problem. Laser General's a really good choice, for AOD especially. So that is 1 win for the Toxin General. Let's write that down on my little pick sheet here. There we go. 1 for the Toxin General. We're then going to... Should I say the replay? GLA Tox v Stealth. Round 1. Boop. Ba-doop. Ba-doop. Okay, now we reverse the switch up. Stealth was in the bot. Oh, I gotta do this every time? Boo! I mean, it makes sense. We're doing multiplayer, right? I don't care what I am. We are doing Toxin General and Stealth General. 1, 2, 3. Switching positions. Toxin is now on the bottom. I got nothing else to say. Good luck, have fun. Tanks! Build more tanks!
You
Bruh.
lost.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing how defeated I am. I could use much more coffee. That's another thing. Okay, so where are we at? Toxin at the bottom, Stealth up top. Honestly, feeling a lot of the same feels I felt during the last tournament. The Toxin could carry all the way. At least through GLA. At least through the GLA ranks, I think they could carry all the way. Now, selling the command center. So, what does selling the command center do? Let's talk out that strategy if you're unfamiliar. The command center to build is worth $200 dues. So it costs a little bit of money to get that thing built. By selling it, you get half the money back. So that's $1,000 dues. $1,000 dues, I'll stop calling it dollar dues in a second, but not quite yet. $1,000 dues gets you a little extra cash to be the spear point, to drive into your enemy to hopefully ensure a kill. $1,000 might not sound like a lot, but you start off with 10k in general. That's the standard, 10,000. So an extra 10% financial boost right out the gate could mean more attacking possibilities. Some strats that I could think of right out the gate where that'd be really helpful is if you're going to do a Rock V strike. Rock V is the terminology for a Humvee filled with rocket infantry, right, for the United States. That's a good strat. If you're going to use a combat Chinook for the Air Force General, load that sucker full of missile infantry. That buys you, what, 3 more missile infantry? I mean, that could be a big deal. I think they're 300 a pop. I don't remember all the economies anymore. For China, that can mean an extra Dragon tank. You know, not full price, but that could be, however you want to slice it out, $1,000 might be really worthwhile. The other thing is, by selling it, you lose your general's powers. You can't use them anymore. You need your command center. Realistically, we're looking at 2, rank 1 generals or rank 0 generals? I forget what you start off as. They don't have any general powers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, for this strat, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to get the Explodey boys, they're going to put them in a technical, if they can figure out how to do that. The Stealth General didn't do that nearly as quickly as the Toxin General last time. I'd really like to see some more captures. The Toxin General has already gotten their oil refinery. It saves, is it 10%? Does it say? Reduce the cost of vehicles. No, it does not say explicitly what it is. Looks like we've already got our first conflict. Toxin General's going really to... Oh, this is interesting. Did you already drop off your booty? Nope. I was looking, I'm like, I didn't see him drop payload. So that was a fairly easily thwarted attack. I'm hoping the Stealth General goes around. Question mark? Oh, there it is. Will it be able to sneak on through? Just about. Just about. I'm already hearing the capture noises. Toxin General's really getting on that. Okay, that was good. That was even better. That really shut down some economy growth. Right now you can just take the technical and just, honestly, just run over all the infantry. Okay, got a barracks out of the way. Left some toxin. Didn't do too much there. So the Stealth General, I think, is ahead a little bit financially. No, I take that back. That was a good slowdown, but that wasn't nearly enough to keep the process going. There's the barracks going back up. Stealth General... Oh, hang on. I got my colors mixed up. The Stealth General's actually doing a much better job cap. No, this is Toxin. Oh my god. Toxin's in the bottom. Oh, I need so much more coffee. Toxin is doing a very good job ramping up. Stealth General is still kind of quagmired, doing their own dooley-doo, which is unfortunate. They're just capturing their oil refinery. So this is very much lockstep with what it was last time. So we switch positions because what we want to also determine is, does a particular position grant any inherent advantage to any team? For example, right now I'm still kind of vibing on Toxin. I think the Toxin General is going to win. If the Toxin General wins being in the top and the bottom, we can say with at least some level of confidence that the positioning of the map or the placement of the start location does not inherently guarantee victory. You have to do a bunch of tests, or we're going to be doing a bunch of tests for the rest of the tournament. But that's one thing we want to say, like, is it the Toxin General that won, or is it the bottom position that won, or something? Like, yeah, dude, we put the Tank General in the bottom, it won. Then we put the Infantry General in the bottom, it won. Then we put the Tank General in the bottom, and it won. So we could say more, it's less about the General itself, but more about the placement on the map. Makes it a little important. Toxin General just capping everything. They have 3 oil derricks, 1 oil refinery, 1 reinforcement pad. That's making bank. Stealth General is going to have to really double down and push very, very hard to stop this growth. Otherwise, this is just unchecked, right? This is just unchecked growth. Now, Stealth General just has to keep the momentum. Ball up the troops and keep pushing. I'm seeing these quad cannons out here just chilling, and that's probably to just be a really good check at the supply stash. They're not being too upfront about anything, but they're keeping stuff pretty much in check. Yep. Toxin General owns... It's about to be owning 3 of 3. Yep. It owns all the economy producing structures. Yep, this is unfortunate. Palace going up. Palace already built for the Toxin General. 1, 2, 3 black markets. We won't see any black markets yet because you're still building your palace. That makes that a little bit more interesting. Yeah, Toxin seems a little bit more polished when it comes to map control, for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, Toxin doesn't have enough clout to push into the enemy base as of yet. But does have enough clout to be annoying. And another German bites the dust. JohnMegacycle bites the dust. JohnMegacycle bites the dust. JohnMegacycle bites the dust. JohnMegacycle bites the dust. Hey, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stop talking. I wonder at what point it's gonna be like, you know what? Copyright strike. For a terrible rendition of Bites the Dust. Now, if we could get JohnMegacycle in a battle bus, we could do the Weird Al version of JohnMegacycle Battle Bus, because it's another one rides the bus, right? That's the Weird Al take on it. Oh, that'd be great. JohnMegacycle was here. How do we know? Because there's a bunch of unoccupied vehicles. Command center being rebuilt. So last time Toxin General went for a Scud Storm instead of the command center. The Stealth General went for a command center. I'm assuming it's one or the other based on financial constraint, right? You're going to hear me talk a lot about money in this game. And money's important because it funds your war economy. But money is very, very important because these war games are really two parts, right? One is material acquisition, and then one is application. I played with some players that are very, 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 very good at map control when it comes to getting the money. They get the money. They understand exactly the timings. They have, like, ADD++. Super cool. Like, they're dialed in with the exact way and how to get all the money. But they're very bad at spending the money, turning it into military product, and then attacking. It just never connects. And I've played with players that are really great the other way around, that don't do good map control, that don't take the time and capture what they need to, but are very good with like 1 or 2 units because their micromanagement is French kiss on point, right? So we've got this mix of how we need to combine the money that's coming in, the money that's going out, and how we're spending it, right? It's one of my normal phrases. It's a mortal sin to have over $15,000 or $10,000 in this game in your bank account. Why? Because it's money. It's not doing anything. It doesn't do anything being just a wad of cash. You want to help your brother out at all, or are you just going to let him get picked on? You're going to let him get picked on. All right. That's funny. Build anything. Build defenses, build more power infrastructure, build units you don't even think you're going to use to attack with. Just build something. Just build anything. Get those research projects you needed done. Whatever. Build more late game economy. Get something going on. Because it's an absolute thorough waste. Just have it just like, oh, I got 50,000 in my bank account. Why? There's nothing that costs that much. Build 10 nukes or whatever. Well, build 6 nukes, and then the power infrastructure for those nukes. Stealth General looking like they're pushing a little bit harder. The other thing that we want to see when we're talking about money is, I don't know what like a good way to say this. I call it the dollar for dollar, or the dollar by dollar. So if we buy a unit, let's say it's a quad cannon. I think it's 800 monies to buy a quad cannon. What we want is we want to ensure that this quad cannon does at least 800 damage worth of money. $800 worth of damage. There we go. There's going to be a lot of positions and moments where... I was going to say, are you not going to fire? There's going to be a lot of positions and moments where the quad cannon, being a lighter unit, just clobbers. It clobbers infantry, no problem, right? But what we're trying to do is we're trying to not make dumb decisions that would force our units to just die without recompense. So thinking about it that way, so 8, 16, 24, 32, we have 3,200 monies right here. As long as we can keep getting kills and keep pushing and keep getting a good push on, that helps out really neat and it helps out its economy. A really great way to see this, like from a first-person shooter perspective, is someone's KD ratio, right? Their kill death. How many kills do they make versus how many times they die? Okay, I want to take a small break in this TED Talk Lot of black markets, some black markets. I'm loving it. The Toxin General is very much positioned for the long game. It's very much more positioned for the long game. Honestly, as long as they can rebuff some of these smaller attacks, they're going to be much more economically feasible to keep the fight and keep the fight going. This might be the first time I've seen a building get occupied, actually. That's good to see. There's a couple of little tents and such out here that I have not seen get captured or occupied, but yeah. Okay. Quick tech check. Command center, no Scud Storm, no nothing so far. Very spread out. Very good. You always want to spread out your base if you can. That means like one super weapon can't just stack wipe all your power plants, right? Yep. You can tell we got cash bounty for the Toxin General. And I believe we have it for the Stealth General as well. So every kill, whatever unit makes the kill, is going to get a little dollar sign on their heads. There you go, 20 bucks. They get a portion of the enemy's value kicked back right to them. That's how that works. A little bit of advance on the left, a little bit of a harassment on the right. So what's really happening now is a little bit of trimming up. Oh, that was a very good attack. Those toxin rockets are ridiculous. Oh, there's the Marauder tank again. Nice. When those things level up with scrap, they are mighty fun. They are mighty, mighty fun. Toxin's got this one in the bag as well. Absolutely buttoned up real fast. Again, I think I attribute the victory to grabbing the oils and being very economically minded. This is nuts. In the first tournament that we had, was it 8 years ago or something? I don't remember how long ago it was. The Toxin General and the Demolition General fought first. So I wanted to make sure this one was different. So in the loadout, when it comes to the bracket, every single person, every single AI is fighting someone different. So we're not doing the exact same matchup as we did before. We wanted to add a little variety to it. Also didn't want the results to be repeatable if they were going to be. At this juncture, I'm really hoping, as I'm watching, I'm really hoping the Demolition General is significantly more aggressive when it comes to capturing resources that are just loose, right? Yeah, Toxin General's got this one in the bag. Getting it from absolutely every side. Now, seeing defenses here makes sense. I mentioned before that I really didn't want to see like 8 or 9 defenses around the primary supply stash. Because it's incredibly wasteful. But this is frontline stuff. This makes a lot of sense to have that around. building bases in the enemy base. Hey buddy, I heard you like bases, so I built a base in your base. Never gonna live that one down. We were playing, what was it, a 5-player game, and it was 4 people versus cncHD. I think it was called Dark Fortress or something. And we were just getting hammered. We were just getting hammered by CNC, and he just started building a base in my base. So that was the meme for a while. I hope you don't mind, I built a base in your base. Dude, Toxin dropped his own troops.
We have been defeated.
That was the Stealth General. Stealth General didn't have a command center anymore. Oh, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Okay. That wraps up the first chunk of this tournament. The GLA Toxin General versus the GLA Stealth General. Stealth General is just going to have to Prince Kassad his way home. The Toxin General is going to move on next against the Demolition General. And that's going to be an interesting fight as well. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.